ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्।
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कविता श्री वेदांताचार्य सन्निधत्तां सार इदं विष्णुर्विचक्रमे त्रेधा निदधे पदं समूढमस्य पागुं सुरे. So we saw the first paragraphs in this page. So atracha siddhanta sannitanam yesham chaturnam api moksha pradatvam anantaram eva uktam. Again, the same word is repeated on the left side. Double stress is there. Confirmed sentence. Now, with regard to the four siddhantas that we saw earlier, that is what we call conclusions. Siddhanta Samhitanam, we have four names also. So, Yesham, of these four siddhantas by name, for all the four, Chaturnam api. What is very important as the final goal is moksha pradatvam. Can we get the fourth purushartham, the human purpose of life, the goal of human life, among the four, namely dharma, artha, kama and moksha? Shall we reach moksha, or let us say whether these four siddhantas will be capable of granting us the beatitude, and that is what we are aiming at. Then this matter will be dealt with later. This will be given in the forthcoming pages, not now. So moksha pradatvam anantaram later, a little later, eva uktam. It has been mentioned only a little after. So initially we will see the practical procedures. Tasmat, therefore, before going to the next word, I wanted to remind ourselves that Paushkara, the word Paushkara, of course, I said the meaning earlier. I wanted to confirm this again, reiterate. So one is, so Pushkara is lotus. So Paushkara is lotus born, B-O-R-N and B-O-R-N-E, both. Lord Creator, Brahma, with the four faces, was born. We can say was born. We need not say he incarnated, because he is also likely to undergo a lot of births. And therefore, so we can say Paushkara is the name, the word which was addressed to Lord Brahma. Again, we saw the word Abjaja in the next line in the previous pages. Paushkara occurred 2 or 3 times, and Abjaja was there. Same meaning. One was born from the lotus. And again, the lotus is from the stem of the lotus is coming from the navel. And again, the navel is the symbol or symbolic, what we call Angam, the limb of the Lord, naturally, which we see today also in human beings or any animals also, I think. So it is from the belly. You say belly button. So the belly, from the region of the belly, we have the womb and the child is born. Therefore, it is symbolically given as from the navel, the lotus grew, and then Lord Creator was born. So life comes from the navel. Okay. And again, practically and scientifically in the hospital, you understand, from the hospital, you understand that the umbilical cord, CORD, which is cut off after the birth of the child, the human child. So that is the tube which gives the life to the so the tube within which the food flows. So again, so we understand that. So it is from the navel of the child. It is from and to the navel of the child, to the fetus, right? So it's all practical and therefore symbolic representation that Brahma was son of Lord Sriman Narayana. Alvar says, Narayanan Nanmuhanai Padaithan. He created the four-faced creator. So Tasmat, therefore, Samyak, very well. Samyak is well. Samyak is very well, can say. Param Brahma. So the highest Lord, the supreme being, Param Brahma, supreme soul. So Vasudevakyam Avyayam. His name is Paravasudeva. So para meaning again highest here. We need not say the superlative degree as paratama or comparative degree paratara. Param, para meaning better, best. It applies to both degrees and it means best. That is supreme being. There is no other person above him or even equal to him. Na tat samosti, na tat adhikaha. The scriptures say. There is no one equal to him, there is no one above him that is better than him. So Vasudeva is the name of the Lord. And by the word Vasudeva, immediate meaning that we catch up is Vasudeva's son, therefore Vasudeva. But here it is, he is a representation of or embodiment or the personification of wealth. Vasu means wealth. Vasu is a name of certain types of gods also. There are 8 Vasus. Therefore, we call them Ashtavasus, 8 Vasus. Among the 33 crores of gods, there are 33 leaders. So among the 33 leaders, there are 8 people called in the same name, Vasu. Of course, each Vasu is named after Lord Sriman Narayana only. So that is also curious. So then Vasudeva meaning, Vasu is equal to Deva. Wealth is equal to Lord. Richness is equal to Lord. That's called here Vasudeva. It is not referring to only one avatara called Vasudeva as Krishna, Lord Krishna, from the womb of Devaki, and as Vasudeva was the parent. Of course, Devaki and Vasudeva together as a couple performed penances. I put it in plural, penances through 3 births and then begot Lord as Lord with the 4 hands. So then Avyayam. Again, in all the forms that we saw earlier, Para, Vyuha, Vibhava, Antaryami and Archa. Now our text, Pancaratra text, deals with Archa form especially and reminds us of all the other forms also. And Avyayam, he is not changeable, immutable we say. Avyayam is immutable. He is not changing his form in the sense the original form is there in every, original aspect is there in every form, whatever he takes. Meaning, the attitude, the what you call qualities, characteristics or characters are always auspicious and again supernatural form. Aprakrita Tirumeni. Tirumeni is Tamil. So Aprakrita is Sanskrit. So we combine what we call Manipravala language, supernatural, which we do not understand very clearly. And the whole Vaikuntham is made up of Sattva Vastu, that is goodness. So again, Aprakrita also means you can say goodness. Goodness incarnate. Lord is goodness incarnate. So Vasudevakyam, Akyam is name. Akyam is name. Vasudevakyam Avyayam. So etasmat, therefore, because of this reason, previously the word was tasmat, because of that. Here it is because of this. Because in the first line we understand who is Param Brahma, Supreme Lord, Vasudeva. Name is Vasudeva. And he is immutable. So etasmat, therefore, you can say there because of this, prapyate, he is attained. He is obtained. He is reached. So it is actually passive voice verb in present tense. So prapyate, how? How do we reach him? Shastrat. By science. What science? Pancaratra. Again, Shastra encompasses all books like ancient scriptures, Dharma Shastras, Smritis, Puranas, Itihasas, and even the Kavyas, what you call ornate poetry, which also talks about God. And you can also add Bhagavad Vishayam, 4,000 Divya Prabandhas of 12 apostles of Shiva Vaishnavism. You can always add many. So 14 Darshana, 14 Shastras, Chaturdasha Vidya, all the knowledge topics called 14. So we have 4 scriptures and Vedangas 6, limbs of the scriptures 6 and so on. So comprehensively it covers everything. Then what do we do? What do we do with the books? So Jnana Purven. So we get wisdom out of them. So after reading the books and gaining the wisdom, karmana, and also by action, that is, whatever is prescribed in these Shastra books, we will have to follow in practical wisdom. The wisdom is not only in the mind, but also in action. So, Jnana Purvena Karmana. So, whatever we perform in the Pancaratra, according to Pancaratra text, we must also have knowledge of why we are doing it, how we are doing it, and so on. So, Siddhanta Samyaha, Visarga is missing because of conjunction, 2 dots, one over the other. So, Siddhanta Samyaha, Viprasya, Sarthakaha, Ataha, Evahi. There are 3 Visargas missing because of conjunction. It's called a lopa, drop of Visarga. Because of Sandhi, we say in conjunction. When you join 2 words, there are so many changes occurring. So here 3 Visargas are missing. So Siddhanta Samyaha, Viprasya, Sarthakaha, Ataha, Evahi. Now, so who should understand these books? Scholars, Vipraha. So Vipraha. Then, so Sarthakaha, they are meaningful. So Siddhanta Samyaha, the very names are meaningful. The very names are meaningful. Not only the book, in the content of the book, but also the title of the book is meaningful. So Siddhanta Samyaha, you will find everywhere that kind of what you call coordination between the content and the meaning of the title. Take Ramayanam, Mahabharatam as 2 itihasas, 2 great epics. Of course, anything else, any name, you name anything, that you will have a meaning. Relevant meaning, that's very important. Relevant meaning. So Vipraha, Viprasya Sarthakaha, if you join the word Viprasya, then these meanings will flash in our mouth, face, especially face. Face is the index of the mind, and we can understand a person whether he has understood the Shastra by his face. And the whole face contains the head also, the brain. So your thought process is clear. And again, Vipra Asya Sarthaka. So these titles of these four Siddhantas will always benefit the mouth or the face of a scholar. There are many scholars. So again, Sanskrit word, there is a word in Sanskrit which all of us know. Mukham means face, Asyam is face, Ananam is face. So many words are there, but there is no word for mouth, especially in Sanskrit. So we use these words for face, mean it as mouth also. Mean it as mouth also. In Tamil, in our mother tongue, we have only word for mouth, vai, for mouth, vai. So in order to have the word for face, we have to come to Sanskrit. And there is a proverb in Tamil. So Samskritattukku vai illai, Tamilukku mukham illai. We just for humor we say the Tamil has lost its face. That means there is no word for face, and the Sanskrit has no mouth to talk. Here, there is, and again, please remember in colloquial Sanskrit called Prakrit, we have the word vai. Vai. V-A-A-Y. Vai is mouth. It is in colloquial Sanskrit, where all ladies were very efficient to talk or proficient to talk in that language. And then here, so atra iti thus. So therefore, ataha also means therefore. Tasmat, etasmat, then ataha. There are three synonyms here. So in the three lines. So ataha therefore, eva only therefore, he indeed, surely, definitely, viprasya sarthakaha siddhanta samyaha. Beneficial titles to the mouth of scholars are on siddhantas, are on the conclusions. So iti atra sarthakaha. Then what do you say? Meaningful. When you say meaningful, what is meaningful? Or what is meaningfulness? So sarthakaha iti bahuvachana anta samanadhikaranyat siddhanta sanya sabdopi bahuvachanantaha sanne agamadi visheshana yogena chaturdha samyavasthanam abhiprayati. It is very simple. It is only a repetition. You have all understood this from the previous line itself. Why sarthakaha is in plural? Why it is in plural? The question is this, and then you say the answer, because it is in tune with samanadhikaranyam, meaning it is on the same substratum, that is base. Fundamentally, it is common. So samanadhikaranyat, because of its sameness, that is synonymous, siddhanta samnya sabdopi bahuvachanantaha. The titles of the siddhanta are also in the plural form. Siddhanta samnya sabdopi, the word siddhanta samnya is also in plural, bahuvachanantaha. Bahuvachanam is plural. Vachanam here is number. Vachanam also means words, sentences and so on, speech. So bahu is many. Bahuvachanam is plural. So antaha is end. So the last suffix, you can understand that it has what you call plural word, plural form. Sun being, that is, it is. Sun means it is. Sun, if you have a separate word usage, then you can say sun means good person. Sun means good person. So agamadi visheshana yogin. Now, why are there four siddhantas? Because of the differences in agamas. So Vaikhanasa and Pancaratra, at least two major divisions. Again, under Pancaratra, you have samhitas, many samhitas, which we saw earlier. So Agama Adi Visheshana Yogena, by their connection with the link with different types of agamas, we are calling it as temple agamas, temple scriptures. Chaturdha Samyavasthanam Abhipraiti. Abhipraiti, it is the opinion. Abhipraiti is a verb, which means opines, O-P-I-N-I-N-E-S, opines that Samyavasthanam, the status of the name, Samyavasthanam, title. Title, how do you account for the title's meaning? And that is because why do we have four Siddhantas? Why not one? Answer is given because Agamas are different. Again, why Agamas are different? It's all, let us all show the responsibility to the God. So we go to page 8. I think we have taken a different edition from last session in the middle. And if here there is any confusion, we will go to the previous edition. So page 8, Pancaratra Raksa. Sri Pancaratra Shabdavat, Siddhanta Shabdopi Chaturnam Sadharanaha. Sadharanaha, Visarga is missing. Sadharanaha iti cha atraiva purvam. So the word Siddhanta, these are all very simple. I think we can even go fast because there is nothing very significant in this. So Pancaratra Shabda Vat meaning like, just as the word Pancaratra, Siddhanta Shabdopi, the word, even the word Siddhanta, Chaturnam Sadharanaha, common to all the four. The word Siddhanta is common to four. That already we experienced it. Please remember that. So iti cha, thus cha and atra here eva only purva muktam. It has been already said. It was previously stated. Purva muktam. Now we go to another book. So Padma Samhita. So Padme. I don't think it is Padma Puranam. It's not Padma Puranam. It's Padma Samhita. When you say Puranam, it's Padma Puranam. We don't say Padma Puranam. Generally, some small difference in letters will will give us different meaning. So Padme, so Padma Samhita is a famous Pancaratra book, right? So Padma Samhita. So Sada Agamadi Siddhanta Chaturke Sat Pada Prade. Already we saw that the word Moksha Pradatvam, today we saw the word Moksha Pradatvam, whether these Siddhantas, four Siddhantas have the aim, goal to take us to Vaikuntha, in the sense Moksha Pradatvam. In Padma Samhita, it is clearly mentioned here. But it is clearly mentioned, but in a different form, than different words. Sat Pada Prade. So it gives you a good position. Padam is, you can also say place, position, status, and so on. So Sat Pada Prade. It is not mentioned as Vaikuntham or, as we say in Tamil, Kalanga Perunagar. Kalanga Perunagar. Unconfused. No confusion is there. It's a big city. It's big city, 9 times greater than the 14 worlds together. Therefore, Sat Pada Prade. This will offer. Which one will offer? The Siddhantas will offer. 4 Siddhantas will offer definitely the good position. That is final goal. Sada, always. They are ever ready to give. Sada. Agamadi Siddhanta Chaturthi. So based upon Agamas, the 4 Siddhantas will always surely give a good position to us, good status to us. Sat Pada Prade. Padavi also can you say. Padavi, post. It can give us a good post. That post is called Nitya Suritvam. Nitya Suritvam is permanent scholar. I can say permanent scholar. That means scholar meaning a wise person, and okay, wise person means he has full wisdom, like the Lord, equal to the Lord. Equal to the Lord, we have wisdom. Though he is all-knowing, omniscient, we also become omniscient. So, iti Chaturnam Satpada Shabda Vachya Bhagavat Pada Prapti Sadhanatvam Uktam. Now it's given in longer term, that's a longer word. Same Moksha Pradatvam is single small word. Satpada Pradatvam is next word, synonymous. Third word is bigger one. Satpada Shabda Vachya Bhagavat Pada. When we say Satpada, we can also take the meaning good feet, F-E-E-T, good feet, divine feet. Whose divine feet, you will ask. Therefore, Bhagavat Padan given, Bhagavat Pada, Lord's feet. The only divine feet I belong to Lord's. Therefore, there is no question of saying whose feet is divine, whose feet are divine. And of course, we have Acharyas better than even God's. And therefore, Acharya's divine feet are the good feet. Again, so I think we have to go to the page. It has gone to page 7. So we have to go to the eighth page. Here. So what do we do? What do we understand by Satpada Shabda? What is the word called good foot? Vachya. It is openly said. Bhagavat Pada Prapti. Attainment of the divine feet of the Lord. And what is the use of these Siddhantas? They are the upayas. They are the means to go. Means to reach the divine feet. So, Prapti Sadhanatvam Uktam. So, when we say these 4 Siddhantas based on Agamas, different Agamas, will lead us to the divine feet of the Lord. Prapti Sadhanatvam Uktam. Now, here the basic Shastra is, basic science is, we have to find out ways to go to a destination. And then, of course, in the case of our Shastra Sampradaya, Lord is the way, Lord is the goal, Lord is the destination. Everything is Him, everything is He, that's all. So, Hayagriva Samhitayam Api. So, we go to the next book. So, from the Padma Samhita, we go to Hayagriva Samhitayam Api. So, Hayagriva refers to the Lord. It may refer to the author also sometimes. So, or about its content is about Hayagriva. Hayagriva, why Hayagriva, the name Hayagriva is brought here. Why Hayagriva Samhita is consulted? Because Hayagriva is the Lord of knowledge. As we have the goddess of knowledge, Saraswati, the god of wisdom is Hayagriva. It's a peculiar, of course, the form is horse-faced, horse-necked Lord. And Lord's one of the Lord's incarnations was Hayagriva. So Hayagriva Samhitayam Api, even in the and also in the Hayagriva Samhita, Kasyachin Mokshaikantyam Annesham Api Palantarena Saha Moksha Pradatvam Uktam. Now, there are people who do not study this Pancaratra text. So, should we assure them moksha even when they don't study? So, that means it is also possible. Kasyachit, for someone, or of someone, moksha kantyam. So, they must be concentrating on moksha, then they will get it. An illiterate also can get it by concentrating on the goal called moksha. Moksha ekantyam, moksha ekantyam. He is alone, he is lonely, he is a soul seeker, S-O-L-E. he is the supreme soul seeker, S-O-U-L. So mokshe kantyam, then anyeshamapi, for others also, phalantarena, by other fruits, by other advantages. So phalantarena saha, no phalantarena saha meaning, again, of course, Bhagavad Gita must be remembered, and therefore you have 4 devotees of the Lord. Artaha, Arthati, Jignasuhu, and Jnani. I am little fast here because all of you may know. Otherwise, even Keshav Swami will give us some hint. So, Phalantarena, when we seek for Dharma, Artha, and Kama, the other 3 purposes of human life, then along with them, Phalantarena Saha, along with the other fruits, Moksha Pradatvam. The beauty here, the resultant effect of our seeking other 3 goals also will lead us to the last goal. So, Agamakyam hi siddhantam sanmokshaika phalapradam. Now, this is for argument from Keshav Swami. He will be asking, what about Kaivalya? What about Kaivalya? Is it moksham? Is it equal to the final emancipation? Is there avantara moksham? Yes, intermediary liberation of the soul, individual soul, where the individual soul has the full knowledge or wisdom of its own attitude, the swarupam, as we say, original form. So mantra siddhanta is for fruits. Okay. So agamakyam is siddhanta. So when you call the siddhanta as agama siddhantam, then it will give you good moksha, san moksha. San moksha. Is there bad moksha? No, there is no bad moksha. That's why I wanted to say, bring your mind to the thought that there are intermediary moksha. Even they say, you can say divine pleasure that you experience in this world now by you is also a type of moksha. You forget all your worries and have only pleasure and purely pleasure. And that is called san moksha. So san mokshaika phalapradam. So only one fruit is there, eka phalapradam. Only one fruit, fruit pradam it gives, so giver of one fruit, nothing else. And san moksha is good moksha. So good emancipation. Again, I think I may try to give the meaning like this. Because we understand that after going to the Vaikuntham, the Lord chooses some of the souls to be born again as human beings and make them lead the society. That is why we got 3 people, Nathamuni, Yamunacharya, and Ramanujacharya. These acharyas were all released souls. Well, earlier they are muktas. They have been asked to come here. Again, Alvars, the 12 apostles, 12 Alvars, they were also asked to come. They are all Bhagavad Amsha Avatara. He asked the kite, Garuda, the vehicle. He asked Kaustuba, the gem on his chest. Srivatsa, Sharangam, the bow, the Chakram, the wheel. And Kanch, the Panchajanyam. And so he asked everyone, all the Nityasuris also, to come back to the earth, or rather come to the earth, appear here, and then guide people. Therefore, so in that, now there's a difference. So some of us will not be asked, not because we are unfit, not because we are unqualified or disqualified, but the choice is in the hands of the Lord. And therefore, san moksha is, there is no return. There is no return. Vaikuntha is the point of no return. So, Agama Siddhanta, now as Keshav Swami wants us to understand, So Agama Siddhantam is Sanmokshaika Pradam. Then Mantra Samyam is Siddhantam Siddhi Moksha Pradam Rudam. Okay, no problem. Welcome. So Mantra Samyam is Siddhantam. Mantra Siddhantam is the second type. Another type. Siddhi Moksha Pradam Rudam. Nirnam for the human beings. Siddhi Moksha Pradam meaning successful Moksha Pradam, successful emancipation. Previously it was good emancipation. Now it is successful beatitude from Siddhi Moksha Pradam. That means the moksha is at hand. So it is, of course, up to both the individual soul and the Supreme Soul to agree to plunge into it, get it. Then Tantra Samyanta Siddhantam Chaturvarga Phalapram. In the chat, Keshavdas Swami has already said it, namely, Tantra Siddhantam will have for 4 goals, for getting 4 goals fulfilled. Worshipping one form, okay. So Chaturvarga Phalapradam. Chaturvarga, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma, righteousness. Artha, the rather materials, meanings. Then, okay. Then last one is, Kama, the desires, the right desires, and then Moksha. And then Tantrantaram. So there is another Siddhanta called the Tantrantaram Siddhantam. Vanchita Artha Phalapradam. Keshavdas Swami has gone for another further step by calling Narasimha here, Lord Narasimha here. So Vanchita Artha Phalapradam. You can include all incarnations. Whatever you desire. So the Tantrantara Siddhanta is capable of granting our wishes. So Vanchita wish, Artha, purpose, Phala, fruit, the result and effect, Pradam, it gives. Iti, Atra, Vanchitartha Shabdena, Abhisheshat, Trivarga Vat, Apavargaha api Sangrishyate. Now, when we say Tantrantara Siddha will grant us all the all the wishes fulfilled, then the meaning of the word Vanchitartha is, that is wish fulfilling, purpose of attaining the wish will be Avisheshat, without any difference. Vishesha is different, Avishesha is different. In English, we can also give the meaning special. It is not extraordinary here, it is something common, not peculiar. So, Trivarga Vat, we are talking about first 3 goals, which most of us aim at. So, with Trivarga Vat, just like the 3 purposes of human life, then with Dharma, Artha, Kama, Apavargaha api Sangrishyate. Apavargaha api Sangrishyate. Even the moksha, Apavargaha is another synonym for moksha. Vaikuntha Gamanam, going to Vaikuntha, staying there. Apavargaha api Sangrishyate. So here I want to tell you some interesting statement. And there is a proverb, as you know, there are certain gods who can grant certain objects. For example, if you want arogyam, health, so you must worship sun. Arogyam ichet bhaskarat. And then if you want wealth, so you must pray to fire, God. And if you want moksha, moksham ichet janardana. There is only one God giving this emancipation, liberation from birth and death. So, moksham ichet janardana. Any other god cannot give moksha. And curiously enough, there is a verse which says, Lord Shiva cannot do it. There are some people saying Shiva can grant moksha. And because the Vishnu Sahasranama, the 1,000 names of Vishnu also contains the name Shiva. And therefore they identify Lord Vishnu with Lord Shiva, who is called, who has got a portfolio of destruction, dissolving the world. And therefore we say there is a contradiction within himself. Let us take the name Vishnu here. So, of course, the physical form of Lord Shiva. So you take the word Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. There are 5 letters. It's called Pavargaha. Pavargaha means Pa group, PA group. As we saw in Katapayadi Sankhya in Vedic mathematics also, Pavarga meaning Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. 5 letters, 5 consonants. When you take the word Pa, and this next one is Pa, then Ba, and then Bha, and then Ma. Aspirated consonants and unaspirated consonants, and also finally one nasal. Ma is nasal. So here you take the word Pa. Half of the form of Lord Shiva is Nari, Parvati. So we call him Ardhanarishwara form. Ardhanarishwara form. Half woman, half man. So right half is Lord Shiva, left half is Parvati. Therefore, the first letter is Pa, Parvati, the first letter, unaspirated consonant. Then the second one is Pa, aspirated consonant, because he wears snakes. Pani, meaning snake. Second letter, Pa, Pani. So Pani, Pha, capital Ni, Pani. Pani, Panam means hood, H-O-O-D. Therefore, Pani means snake, serpent. So he has snakes as ornaments. So Pani is second letter, Pa. Then third, he wears as his ornament on the head a young moon, the crescent moon, we say. Crescent moon is a Kala, Chandra Kala. Chandra Shekharaha, his name is Chandra Shekharaha. And therefore, Bala Indu, we say. Bala Indu, young moon. So the third letter is the first letter, Ba. Bala Indu. Indu moon, Bala. Fourth letter is he wears on all over the body ashes. The word is Bhasma. Bhasma meaning ashes. Vibhuti, we call it in ordinary term. But Bhasma is ash. So he has got all the 5 letters with him. Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. But yet, he can give Apavarga. He can give moksha. Meaning Hari. Apavarga Prado Harihi. Apavarga Prado Harihi. He has to finish the word instead of Haraha. People, devotees of Shiva, who are devotees of Shiva, will always argue against the devotees of Vishnu, saying Shiva also can grant moksha. So why is this? So this is something. So what does Ma? Very good. Reminded. Very, very well reminded. Ma means Mandakini. Lord Shiva has on his head the river Ganga. It's called Mandakini in heaven. It flows slow in heaven. It flows fast in Himalayas. It flows faster in Patala Loka, where Sagara's 60,000 sons were drenched for moksha. Mandakini is the name of the river Ganges, which flows slow. We have got a lot of names. Ganga meaning having come to earth. Gam Gachati. Gam is earth. Gam Gachati Ganga. Then Jannavi, Bhagirathi, and so on. So many names for a single river. And here, so Apavargaha Sangrihyate. It is briefly said here. though there are three goals as mentioned in Vanchitartha under the study of Tantrantara Siddhanta, Apavargopi Sangrihit. Moksha is included. It is not excluded. Ataha, therefore, Yesham Chaturnamapi of these four Siddhantas, Parabrahma Bhuta Vasudeva Prapakatvat. So whenever we say liberation from birth and death, emancipation, beatitude, moksha, and so on, it is called, the Siddhantas will reach us to Vasudeva. In fact, Vasudeva, Paravasudeva, the Lord is more happy than us because we are coming near him. Parabrahma Bhuta, right? So Parabrahma Bhuta Vasudeva. So who is Vasudeva? He is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Being. Prapakatvat. He is the inducer, you can say, or he is the active person who takes us to him. He makes them, he makes us come near him. So, when we have upaya, the means, as four siddhantas or tantrantara siddhanta also, as Keshavdas Swami rightly put it, all the systems have moksha as their goal. And Lord is the means to reach him, and Lord is the one who performs the action of reaching him, our reaching him. So apavarga arthibihi. So when we are moksharthi, when we are after the emancipation, then apavarga arthibihi, moksha upaya upadesha pradesheshu. So we have to look at the advice given by, instructions given by mokshopaya, given for the means to moksha. So that means these are all upadeshas, or what you call advisory sciences. The siddhantas, all siddhantas of agamas or Pancaratra, anyway. So all these are all texts which advises how to reach moksha for the moksharthis, for apavarga arthis. Then vikalpaha avashishta phalatvat. There is a logic called nyayaha, we say. Nyayaha. Logic, it means logic. There are more than, I think, 300 logic sentences. Nyaya vakyani. So vikalpaha, optional. Vikalpaha is optional. Avashishta phalatvat. Now, apart from reaching the three goals called dharma, artha, and kama, if our merits, punyam, remains, so we have remnant of our merits, then these merits will take us to the last one, optionally. If there is no remnant, that means we have exhausted all our merits over attaining these three goals, namely dharma, artha, and kama, then we may not have chance to go to moksha. So here it is positive. So positive, it is not negative. So optionally, we have the chance, every chance to go to moksha by the remnant fruits of our study and application of the Pancaratra or any other Siddhanta text. Sadakshara, Dahara, Madhu, Bhuma, Vaishwanara, Shandilya, Nachiketa, Upakosala, Pradardana, Samvarga, Antara, Aditya, Ananda, Maya, Vidyadishu, Iva, Vaikalpikaha, Parigraha. So let us take this long list of Vidyas. Sri Bhashyam tells us all these 32 Vidyas, 32 topics of knowledge. And these are all some, what you call, technical ways of reaching the Lord. And each branch of this knowledge has to be learnt by us perfectly. So, Vaikalpikaha parigraha, meaning we must accept the optionally we can accept, we can choose them. One of them, you choose one of them. It's not mandatory to choose all the 32 vidyas. I don't know, I think it's not 32 are not mentioned here in this long word. We have to find out, we have to count. Tomorrow you please count. So I will give you the gap in the words. So you may even say Satu Akshara. Nyasa Vidya means Prapatti, right? So here there is no word mentioning Nyasa here. Nyasa is not mentioned here. So this is Sri Bhashya's 32 Vidyas. Brahma Sutra's 32 Vidyas. Yeah. Gashoda is ready. Tomorrow he will give us the names in English as well as Sanskrit. So Sadakshara, Dahara, Madhu, Bhuma, Vaishwanara, Shandilya, Nachiketa, Upakosala, Pradardana, Samvargantara, Aditya, Anandamaya is one. So Vidya. Vidya is knowledge.
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.